Hey, family. As you see, it's a little bit busy. I'm trying to prepare some meat, marinate some stuff for this coming days. And today is Shabbat, so I'm just preparing the food. Shabbat Shalom to all of you, my dear brothers and sisters. Thank you again for joining. I haven't uploaded that many videos in recent days, not because I didn't have things that I wanted to say, but because I didn't know that if I'm doing the right thing or not, if it is even necessary. Why I'm asking is this. Many years ago, I was sitting with the pastors in the church, and we were all praying for our city. And I asked the church leaders, if we stop meeting on Sunday, would anyone miss us? And they started laughing and said, no, nobody miss. And somebody said they'll probably be happy. And others said, hey, they probably would want to use the parking lot of our church to teach their children driving lessons. And I said, then why are we meeting? If we are not that lighthouse, if we are not the place, you close down a hospital in a city, the whole city will be in a rumble. If a government wanted to shut down a hospital in a local city, what would they do? What would the people say? They'll say, no, we need this hospital. It's amazing that Jesus Christ set the church as the best hospital for all the people in need. But if you close the church, nobody is going to miss it. How far have we gone from that? No, this has been a standard for myself in my life, that I believe that Jesus Christ is the most necessary thing the world needs. I live that way. Every day I get up, I say to the Lord, I need you. I need you, because without you, all the meaning of my life is gone. Not that I cannot have laughter or this or that, but my laughter and joy and everything else. Even if I have a wonderful wife, I have children, we're doing things, but none of them means anything without Jesus Christ. He gives meaning to everything. He makes things last and have the potential of becoming eternal. Look at the name of Peter and John, some fishermen from 2,000 years ago, and now they are known just because they walked with Jesus Christ. So I ask myself, are we the place that actually makes a difference? This week, we have been just really on the theme with the disciples here in the Cyrus house. And I said to them, you guys gotta imagine that this is the end of the world. And you guys got to imagine that all the Christians in the world have been killed. And you are the only person here. You're the only person that knows the truth. You're the only person that God has left in that city, in that environment, as the only source to bring the gospel of Jesus Christ. And everyone was shocked. I said, the problem is this, that we are living the life of a Christian that is a user, not a giver. And we, the Christians, were never set apart to be takers. We were the ones that were set apart, that the rivers of living water will flow out of us, not just position ourselves, but the living water, Jesus Christ, only pours in us. We have become sorts of a Dead Sea that just keeps taking in the living water, but you're not passing it on. And that, for me, is a no-go. Many people, pastors and leaders from around the world, contact and say, hey, Avshim, we have heard your testimony. Please come to our church. Hey, please come and speak here. Please come and speak there. We have heard what you're doing with discipleship. We have heard with the Cyrus house. We're hearing that so many people are coming and their lives are being changed. And of course, we always love going around and sharing with them our experiences. And we love the fact that if our experience can empower them. I mean, this Sunday I'll be in the south of Germany, then I'll be in Canada, and then I'll be back in Switzerland, and then I'll go to Asia. So God is moving. Why? Because look at the world. The world is going crazy with all the wars and all the rumors of wars, all the disasters. And the Christians, we need to understand that we are the answer. We need to be awake. We need to be there to help when help is needed. If we are the people that are going to be part of those who are going to need help, we will never be able to share and use that opportunity to be the light amongst these people in the darkness, or salt among them. So I am challenging you guys. I was talking to one of the youth pastors yesterday, and he was saying, look, I've gone to Bible college and this and that, and they are newly married. And I said to them, hey, my dear brother, what kind of a society would be if now that you are married, we would have said, look, you should not have your own kids anymore. Your wife should not go through the trouble of getting pregnant, throwing up, all these things. Forget all of that. We'll just start a process. Now, at the point that you want to have a kid, you fly over to some other country, or you make an application and you take a kid and you bring it. And this will become the normality. No woman has to go through pregnancy or giving birth again. Would that be natural? And he said, no. I said, would that be nice? He said, no. I said, then why is it that the churches around the world, they keep going? At the moment they want a new pastor, they want a new leader, they want somebody that has studied the Bible, somebody that is on fire, that would lead the church. They have to always look to some Bible school. It seems like that Bible school has become the place that makes kids, makes leaders, and gives it to us. We don't seem to produce our own children that are raised with the culture of that church. And he's like, yeah, I know. I said, it's impractical. It costs too much. And in today's world, we are taking only those and sending them to Bible schools that have money. What about those who have a calling but don't have the money? This is why we set up Cyrus House the way we have. This is why when people give to us, we say, look, this money is not for that one student, but to create a system that can continually take on a student with calling, no matter if they have money or not. This is so that we can actually create disciples that can go to a land, and they don't need to be we don't need to keep sending them money like the old style of missionaries. We can no longer afford to do that. We can no longer look at the Christianity in 21st century. We need to wake up and admit the system of the finances of the church is in a mess, because the machine itself is using so much of the money. Only a little bit of it is given to the ministry of reaching the gospel. And when we see in the first century, the money that was set at the table at the feet of the disciple wasn't so often used for Peter's salary. And let's do electrical, let's do internet, let's do website, let's do advertising, let's do this, graphic design. None of that. It was actually to send people out. And when they were out, they weren't calling, hey, let me write an email and describe all of my needs so you can do a fundraising and you can do this, you can PayPal me and this and that. None of that. The disciples were made in a different way. They went to a place, they worked also, they carried their own weight. Very little weight was transferred to the disciples or the local church. But the work they started kept came to life so much faster. This is our belief. And we want to see that. And I am sharing this message on this Shabbat because I want to send a challenge out there. I don't want to keep putting videos out there just because I want to put videos out there. If I feel like I'm not making a difference, I'm not really bringing anything, if I don't receive, if people say, hey, and I get messages, I said, Brother Afshin, I really needed to hear that. And if I know these people don't really receive a blessing, and whether I'm putting videos or not, then why should I do that? I wouldn't do that. I want to give my life to the things that brings hope and healing and direction, and it brings the body of Christ to its final destiny of being glorious in this world and showing much fruit, that fruit brings glory to our Father in heaven. So on this Shabbat, I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you because I don't know how long we're going to be here on earth. Are you living the life that you need? Let me ask you this. If you were the only Christian in your city, in your community, and God had no other choice but you are the only one. The way you live, the way you walk, the way you pray, the way you worship, the way you talk, the way you treat people, would that make a difference? Would that give hope to the hopeless? Would that bring healing to the sick? Would that set the people that are in bondage bring freedom to them? Would that show them that Jesus Christ of Nazareth is the way, the truth, and the life? If you haven't, I want to challenge you. And I want to say to you, my dear brother, I may not have met you. My dear sister, I may not have met you in person yet. I'd love to see you, but I gotta say this. God looks at you. Heaven looks at you that way. His blood washed you and set you apart because you are so special. Nobody else can do what you can do for the kingdom. Please break those bondage and all those lies that limits you to shine. I want to say thank you to everyone that is forwarding this. If you are listening and you're not part of this family, be a part of this family. And your love for us, your prayers for us is always wonderful. Thank you everyone else that is praying for Cyrus House 2 as we are starting that project. And we are praying for the people to just come so we can just renovate. So as soon as I finish this, I have to go to the other house and I have to do some baseboards and everything else. So from one type of glove and one work to another. Blessings till next time.